Hello, great welcome to this series on PLAXIS-tutorials. So in this presentation, I will provide a demonstration on the response analysis of a Raft foundation supported on soil reinforced with stone columns. So before discussing the input parameters, let me provide you a brief introduction on the stone columns. So stone columns represent one of the most widely adopted ground improvement techniques in soft clays and sills. So as shown in these figures, stone columns consist of load-bearing columns made of crushed stone or gravel. They are installed in various patterns including triangular, squared or hexagonal pattern. So what are the key benefits of using stone columns in soft ground? The benefits include an increase in bearing capacity, a significant control on the settlements, improvement of stability in case of embankments, and finally, reduction of consolidation times. Now coming to the installation method, there are two methods, first one known as the replacement method and the other displacement method. Considering that these methods are covered in detail in textbooks and a detailed information is available in the literature as well, the same is not attempted in this presentation. So the objective of the presentation is to obtain the load settlement response of a raft foundation supported on soil reinforced with stone columns. The response analysis is obtained using the geotechnical FEI tool PLAXIS. An increase in the design bearing capacity due to the provision of stone columns is also covered in detail. Now let me take you to the input parameters required for the PLAXIS 3D analysis. So a typical cross section of the soil raft stone column system is provided over here. Basically, as you can see that the raft is supported on stone columns and the soil is underlain by a rock. The soil depth is designated by H. So the analysis of the raft is done using the ASCE symmetry model, and the size of the model in plan is 40 meters by 20 meters. A typical plan view of the ASCE symmetry model is provided over here. The depth of the soil H, which is underlain by the bedrock, it is 15 meter. The material model is used is the most simplest elastoplastic Moore-Coulomb model. Unit weight of the soil is 18 kN per meter cube. The Young's modulus E for the virgin ground is taken as 6000 kPa. Obviously, it is clear that the value is typical of a soft ground. Poisson's ratio nu is taken as 0.33. The strength parameters include a coefficient value of C equal to 20 kPa and a lower friction angle of 24 degrees. Now coming to the raft, the plan dimensions of the raft is 12 meters by 6 meters. That is, the width of the raft is 6 meters. The raft thickness is taken as 1 meter. And the Young's modulus E for the raft material, that is reinforced cement concrete, is taken as 25E8. Obviously, we know that this is a larger value compared to the actual 25 into 10 raised to 6 kPa. This is done to simulate a rigid action of the raft. The Poisson's ratio of the raft material is taken as 0.2. Now coming to the stone columns, the plan arrangement of the stone columns is shown over here. Obviously, it consists of 4 rows of stone columns, each row consisting of 8 columns, resulting in a total of 4 into 8, that is equal to 32. That is the number of stone columns n equal to 32. The diameter of the stone column is 0.8 meters. Now coming to the area replacement ratio, which is defined as the ratio of the cross-sectional area of stone columns to the base area of the raft, that is equal to 32 into 3.1415 into 0.4 square, that is nothing but the radius of the stone column, divided by 12 into 6, and this works out to be 22.4%. The length of the stone column is taken as 10 meter. This is approximately 2 times the raft width. The spacing of the stone columns in both the directions S is taken as 1.5 meter. The unit weight of the column material is 20 kN per meter cube. The Young's modulus E of the stone column material, that is 60,000 kPa, And here we find that the ratio of E values to the stone column to the virgin ground is approximately 10, and this is also known as a modular ratio. The Poisson's ratio of the stone column material is taken as 0.33. The strength parameters include a lower coefficient value C of 1 kPa, a higher internal friction value phi of 45 degrees, and a dilatancy angle phi of 15 degrees. Now let me take you to the PLAXIS 3D model. Okay, fine. So this is the 3D model developed in PLAXIS for the Raft stone column system. So as you can see that it consists of a raft. So let me just zoom it. Yes, so this is the raft, and this is supported on stone columns. So let me just deactivate this. So as you can see that I have also created a refinement zone around the pile stone column system. This is to capture accurately their response. So these are the stone columns. As you can see that this is an axis symmetry model, and it consists of basically a total of 8 stone columns. So that is regarding this model. Now I would like to show you the materials that is defined. So under the soil and interfaces, obviously we have two materials. One material that is known as the soil, representing the virgin ground, and there is another material known as a stone column that provides you all the parameters associated with the stone column material. So let me just show you these property parameters. As you can see that we have used a Morcoulomb material and 18 kilo per meter cube, that is the unit weight. Now coming to the mechanical properties, here you will find that the E value used is 6000 kPa, and then we have the strength parameters as provided over here, that is equal to 20 and a phi value of 24 degrees. Now in a similar way we have also defined the material properties for the stone column. So here again we are using the same Morcoulomb material, a drained analysis, and we have used a gamma equal to 20 kN per meter cube. Now coming to the mechanical properties, we have a larger E value as shown over here, that is 16 to 10⁻³ kPa, and these are the shear strength parameters that is defined for the stone column material. Now coming to the raft material that is defined under plates, this is the raft material, and as you can see that this is defined as an elastic material, and the corresponding strength parameters are for example here you will find that E is defined as 25 E8, and with the raft thickness is 1 meters. So these are all the material parameters, and then I would like to show you also the displacement. Remember that for this analysis we have applied a prescribed displacement over the raft, and this prescribed surface displacement, it is equal to, I can just show you the surface displacements here. So here you will find that we have applied an imposed displacement of 0.5 meters, that is 500 mm for this analysis, to obtain a complete set of the response curve. And coming to the mesh, you will find that as I already indicated, we have shown or we have created a refinement zone with a larger mesh density to capture the results accurately. So let me just close this also, the soil volumes. In the soil volumes I will just make it active, and let me just show you the mesh that is created. So this is the mesh. As you can see that we have used a larger mesh density around the raft and the stone columns to obtain an accurate response. And the control point that we have selected is the origin of the model, that is obviously matches with the center point of the raft. Now coming to the stage reconstruction, as you can see that we have a total of 3 phases. The first one is obviously the initial phase. that is used to generate the initial stresses using the surf beat using the K0 procedure. And here you will notice two important phases, phase 1 and phase 2. And phase 1 indicates the total response of the system consisting of the raft as well as the stern columns, whereas the phase 2 will consist only the raft. That means the stern column elements properties will be set to the soil for the phase 2 analysis. So let me just show you the phase 1, and here you will find that in the phase 1 it will start from initial phase, and is a calculation type employed is the plastic one, and all the displacements are reset to 0 in this phase. And phase 2 is similar to phase 1, only in this case we change the properties of the stern columns from stern columns to the soil, so that we will obtain the response quantities for the raft that is supported directly on the virgin soil. So here you will find that the parameters are the same. The calculation type is plastic, and obviously we will start it again from the initial phase, and then initial displacements are set to 0. So that's all. So means we need to obtain the response in phase 1 and phase 2 and compare them, so that we will be able to obtain the improvement in the raft response due to the provision of the stern columns. So if you just run the analysis, because I have already run the analysis, you will be able to obtain the response each for the phase 1 and phase 2. Okay, fine. So let me just show you the settings. I'll go to the settings, and the settings I have taken this is our node that is representing the center point of the raft system. So I'll go to the phases. So here you will find that we are interested in phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1, it corresponds to the response of the raft that is founded on the stern column. So let me just show you that response alone first. Apply. So this is the response of the raft that is supported on the stern columns. So as usual, as indicated over here, you will find that along the x-axis we have got the settlement in vertical direction, the maximum value of which is set as 500 mm, and all the corresponding total load prescribed is shown over here. As you can see that at a maximum displacement of 500 mm, we have got a total load of approximately say 9,500 kilonewton. So in a similar way, it is also possible to view the response quantities in phase 2 also, that is the response of the raft on the untreated ground. Okay, so here as you can see that the load capacity is drastically reduced from 9,500 kilonewton to 7,000 kilonewton, and so this is the response of the raft in the untreated ground, that is without the stern columns. And remember, we have got the same displacement used along the x-axis, and along the y-axis is the load carrying capacity of the raft corresponding to the different prescribed displacements. So let me just import all this data. You can just press this button table and just Control C and Control V to the Excel. And so after exporting the data from PLAXIS 3D to Excel, we compiled two sets of curves to obtain the load versus the displacement response. So you can find that along the x-axis we have taken the displacement, that is a settlement used in mm with a maximum value of 500 mm, and the corresponding pressures in kPa are plotted on the y-axis. And here there are two curves, and the one in the red, that is without the stern columns, and the one with the blue is with the stern columns. So obviously we find that the load versus the displacement response is far superior in the case of a soil treated with the stern columns. Now in order to obtain an increase in the safe bearing capacity corresponding to a prescribed displacement level, let us just compare the two values. So first we assume that the SBC of the raft will correspond to an allowable settlement for the raft as equal to 75 mm, because for this case the raft is supported on clay. So that means corresponding to a settlement of 75 mm, we can read directly from this two curves the associated pressures. Thus we find that the safe bearing capacity of the raft for the untreated soil, that is the soil without stone columns, is equal to 97 kPa. And again, reading the corresponding pressures for a settlement of 75 mm from the curve that is marked in blue color, we find that the SPC for the soil or for the raft provided with the stone columns will be 140 kPa. That is, the provision of stone columns beneath the raft significantly increases the bearing capacity, and this increase is roughly of the order of 40%. So that's all regarding this presentation. So as usual, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and if you have any comments, please let me know. So thank you very much and have a nice day.